Hello boys and girls, today is Sunday, June the 9th, 2024, and I wanted to give you an update on our chicks. This is the inside of our coop. I've done a couple of videos since I've been home for the summer. They are 5 weeks old today, so I thought I would show you something really interesting that you can do when you have chicks at home, is you can share your leftover scraps. So instead of throwing these foods away that you normally would throw away inside and they just go to waste, you can bring them out and give them to your chickens. So most food in general, whether it's fruits and vegetables or even meat, chickens will eat. There's only a few things that are toxic for them, so just make sure that you Google that before you give it to them. Like, for example, avocado pits are not really good for them to have, but anything normally that you have, they are omnivores, and so they eat meat. They also eat fruits and vegetables and plants. And so today what we had was some watermelon, and we had some sweet potato cubes, and we had some bananas that were just starting to turn. And so you don't want to give them anything that's moldy. For a good rule of thumb, if you wouldn't eat it, don't give it to them. But you don't want to give them something moldy. They will get sick and have digestive problems from that. But if it is just like a banana that's a little too squishy for you, but it's still edible by humans, you could definitely give it to them. So this is our flock. We have 20 chicks. We have mostly black copper Marans. We have 2 Rhode Island Reds, and then 2 Cornish hens that are the more blonde type. Those 2 yellow ones right there, and then we have 2 Rhode Island Red, and the rest are black copper Marans. We do have some flies in here today because I've brought in fruit and they just attract them. But guess what? The chicks also eat flies, and so they're happy to have those brought in. But I just wanted to give you a little update so you could see how much they've grown, how big they are now at 5 weeks. I'm going to get down closer to some of them. Look at him looking at me like, what are you doing down here? But they are super happy out here in the coop. They have made it up now to about the 3rd step of our ladder rung, and Mr. White has even put them up on the 4th one, and they've flown off of there. So we know for sure that they can fly about 2 feet up in the air now. Their primary, secondary, flight feathers, tail feathers are all coming in nicely. Some of them have feathers that grow down on their feet. So we will probably not look at clipping their wings until they're more like 6 weeks old, maybe. It just really depends. Enclosed in here in this enclosure, we have it closed in about the top. It really doesn't matter if they fly around that much. The only thing would be really is when we come in, if we want them flying up on top of us when we walk in. So that might be the time that we clip their wings a little bit, but they're not going to fly out of here because we did put a top on the top of this. But if you can, when you start to clip their wings, you can clip both sides. You can clip just one side. It really doesn't matter. You're just wanting to clip those primary feathers that are starting to grow. We looked at those in the classroom as we were learning all about chicks. So just wanted to give you a little update. This is a look at our coop. We have all of our secure edges. We have our skirt around the outside. We've put up 1/4-inch hardware wire cloth around. We have a sheet of tin metal up on top of the coop itself for some protection at night. We are still turning the heating lamp on just because they're still under 6 weeks. But it is Georgia. It's high 80s today, so it is hot. Really, I think they can do without it. The only thing is, like, when you come out at night, if the light is not on, they're more likely roosting out here rather than inside the coop. So when the light is on, they know directly to go right inside the coop and to sleep there in the warm light. But they're learning, and they'll continue to learn. Like, pretty soon what they'll do is they'll just keep moving up this ladder each step at a time until they can reach this one up here, which is level with our nesting boxes. And then at that point, they'll be able to come over and to start laying in the nesting boxes. They're fully grown about 4 to 5 months old is when we'll switch over to the layer feed. We'll probably mix that with some scratch feed and some oyster shells, and that makes their shells a little bit harder to do that, and that will start the process of them developing good eggs for us. So we can't wait for that to happen, but just wanted to give you a little update and let you see how big they've grown. We had one of our grandchildren over yesterday who was picking up them. He was running all around the coop trying to pick them all up, and he did a great job because they're super fast. They're all stationary right now because they're set on this food, but when the food is not in here, especially if you come after them and try to pick them up, they run super fast to get away from you, see? And they're a little bit tricky to try and catch and get. But he's 2 years old, and he spent all day yesterday chasing after them and picking up one after another and did a great job. So I just wanted to give you a little update and let you see how big and cute they are. I'll talk to you later. Bye.